when I made the series replying crystal clear to the people of Takfir, I have fallen into a mistake. And I retract it. And I seek forgiveness from Allah Azza wa Jal, which is being harsh in it. Despite the fact that some of the people I replied to, and my reply was in general, by the way, I wasn't replying to this person, but I have heard some people in that, and they were very harsh to the point that they made takfir of me, my parents, يعني تعدي, يعني even though just يعني cussing me out and so on. And some people said that I am a Jew or something like this. Anyway, يعني so I replied a little bit harshly, and I believe I made a mistake. Because by the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they said or what can cause hatred or arguments or enmity. This was not my goal. And I made a mistake. Because that might seem like my goal if I'm mocking a person or if I'm being harsh on a person. But no, the goal, ya ikhwa, is that we learn the truth. That's why I have gathered so much content, and I believe many people didn't even watch more than 1 hour or 2 hours from the series of 12 hours. I have brought in so much content with Sahih Isnad only in order to show you what? In order to show you that this is the right aqidah, and here is the evidence, and if we have something problematic, we can work it out. And that's the goal. The goal is that we are successful, and that we follow the correct, the right, the truth of Islam, and that we don't make ourselves يعني to be punished. We don't lead ourselves to be punished by Allah Azza wa Jal, or that we are misguiders and we lead to misguidance. That's not what we want. So how do we learn? We bring the evidence. We look at the evidence. By the end of the day, it's not what AbdulAziz says. It's not what this brother says. It's what Allah said and the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when I bring you what Allah said, the Messenger said, the Sahaba said, the Tabi'in, Tabi'in, and then the ulama, there is no escaping this reality. So if we have a problem or something that is problematic, we need to work it out. If you can bring something which is problematic, we cannot contradict the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal. So we look at it, because by the end of the day, ya ikhwa, contradictions are not from the religion itself. No, it's by our understanding. How many a time were we confused about a certain matter, and once we understood it fully, it made totals 100%, 1,000,000% sense. And it has become to us a miracle or a driving force that increases your iman. This is it, ya akhwa. Because someone can find something to be problematic. طيب, this is a contradiction in his head, not in the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal. So when you bring me something which is problematic, as Imam al-A'imma ibn Khuzaymah said, he said, I will show you how it is not problematic and the problem happened to you only. And I will show you. This is what Imam al-A'imma said. So we brought hundreds of evidences from the Quran and the Sunnah. And when I say evidences, I mean the Quran and the Sunnah. And I will include in that يعني what the Sahaba said and so on. That's يعني in general, even though evidence is the Quran and Sunnah, Ijma' and the Qiyas. However, as I said, يعني also what I mean is also what the companion said, what Tabi'in, what the ulama said. And we have brought some of the shubuhat and we solved them. What did I find? I found that some of the brothers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide me in them, all they cared about is refuting. That's all they cared about. And ya ikhwa, the Quran and the Sunnah are very heavy. Yani, when you hear the Quran and the Sunnah, this must be, your heart must tremble. So when the Quran comes to you and the Sunnah, you don't reject it. La 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 la. You humble yourself, you lower yourself down, you break yourself in front of Allah Azza wa Jal, and you make dua to Allah Azza wa Jal. Ya Rab, ihdini, guide me. And you look at the Quran and you look at the Sunnah, wanting to take guidance from it, not to refute it just because this person said. No, absolutely not. If someone shows me a mistake that I have made, brings me the Quran and the Sunnah, and we study it, and we say, Alhamdulillah, ya akhi, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. I did not know. I was upon misguidance. Alhamdulillah. But to bring me just one or two or five evidences that seem to you to nullify 100, this is the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla. This is not the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla. If I bring you 40 ahadith, you have to. Now you have to humble yourself. And you have to what? You have to make dua. And you have to get it in your heart to what? I am human. I can make mistakes. But what is the problem now? This person might be making content for 12 years. What is he going to do now? This is problematic. We say, don't worry. You've been making content for 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, and now you have found that you're not upon the right way. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ, and whosoever makes taqwa to Allah Azza wa Jal, يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him exit. وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبْ, and gives him rizq from a place which he did not expect. Look, don't care about anyone. Don't care about anything. Only care about Allah, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the Sahaba, the Quran and the Sunnah, and follow them. You're not alone. You have all of these. You're on their path. And you are with those you love. إِنَّكَ مَعَ مَن تُحِبْ, as the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said. You are with the one you love. So next time you see me falling into something like this, say, AbdulAziz, you're being harsh. And you've mocked. And I will take it back. Because this is not the because what I see on the saha, in the English da'wah place, what I see is there's a lot of that. And I'm not well versed or experienced in it. I'm new. I don't even know the names. I'm just getting to learn some of the brothers. And I see there's a lot of that. I don't want to be a contributor to this at all. We want to show the truth. And we want to unite upon the Quran and the Sunnah. And we want to show the Quran and the Sunnah. Anything else, we don't care about. Actually, this type of harshness, if I actually knew where it is in some of my lessons, even in the lessons of tafsir and so on, because I might have been harsh there as well, I would cut it out. But I don't know. But anyway, what you take is this. What you take is what I have just said. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us our shortcomings. And what is most important, ya ikhwa, learn this from me. And if I am teaching you and you are with me on this way, following this way, then the only thing we care about, ya ikhwa, is the truth itself. The Quran and the Sunnah itself. What the Sahaba said, the understanding of the Sahaba, the understanding of the Salaf, as-Salih. This is what we care about. So whenever something comes to us problematic, even if we are callers to it, and then we find that we are upon misguidance, then instantly we follow it. سمعنا وأطعنا. This is what the Sahaba said. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them in Surah Al-Baqarah, قولوا آمنا بالله وما أنزل إلينا وما أنزل إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط وما أوتي موسى وعيسى وما أوتي النبيون من ربهم لا نفرق بين أحد منهم ونحن له مسلمون. Ayah 135 or 136 from Surah Al-Baqarah. And in the end of the surah, what did he say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, آمنا الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله ملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا, and they said سمعنا وأطعنا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in ayah 135, if I'm not mistaken, has commanded them to say that they believe in everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent down until the end of the ayah. And at the very end of the ayah, last two ayat, what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? That they said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, they said, وَقَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا, we hear and we obey. That's what we want. That's how we want to be. This is the way of life that we want and we want to follow. Other than this, no. So due to my ignorance, I thought that it is appropriate to be harsh and even to reply to them a little bit, يعني, to show them how ridiculous they sound and so on. And I take this back, and I don't want to be like this as this is counterproductive, and there's so much of it anyway in the English scene, which I don't want to be a contributor to. What I want to be a contributor to is spreading ilm, studying it with you, as I am the least of you. Walhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the English language so we can translate. Walillahi alhamdu wal minnah.